What's good, good people? Let's talk. Before we get started, like you guys to click that like, share, and subscribe. You already know what I say. HBO special. Hey man, thank you guys for sticking it out with me on these videos. Thank you at least for that one thumbs up that I get, or that one comment that I may get. Hey man, why Gen Z does not want to join the military? That's the topic for today. Everybody knows that the United States military is going through a recruiting crisis. So, I went into the old Google Smoogle and did some research about some things and looked up reason as opposed to why today's generation is not joining the military. And I got about probably 4 or 5 reasons. I may agree to disagree with some of them, but I'll give my opinion, and it's just an opinion as opposed to why I think. But I would like to know what you guys think on the reason why these guys are not joining the military these days. The first one is changing career preference. Over the years, there has been a shift in career interest among young people. Many may be more inclined towards pursuing higher education, entering the workforce directly, or exploring alternative career paths. I disagree, because this has always been a method that kids use coming out of high school. Because it was a couple of things that they were going to do. Either they were going to go to high school, they were going to enter the workforce, or they were going to join the military. Now, right now, military is off the table for a lot of these kids. There's factors that I think, but right now that one's off. This is always has been a stance, so this is not nothing new. This is something that has been recurring since the beginning of whatever. Whenever the military started and whatever high school started, this is I'm going to go directly into this. Since that's become a requirement, I'm going directly into the military, or I'm going directly into high school. I'm going straight to work. Blue collar. Number two, limited exposure and awareness. Some kids may not have enough information or exposure to the military and its benefits. Lack of accurate knowledge about the military, potential career opportunities, and the lifestyle it entails can influence their decision-making process. I agree with this one. I agree with this wholeheartedly. You know, I went to Job Corps when I was a teenager. Yes, I went to Job Corps for about 2 years. I took up heavy equipment repair because I think I needed it. I believed that I needed a trade, something to kind of fall back on. The military is something I always wanted to do. But during those 2 years, they had about four like career fairs for high school students. I've never heard of that here or seen it here in the Central Texas area. They probably have, but I'll say I've never seen it. If you have ever seen that in your area, please leave a comment below telling me about it. But they had like different stations, different jobs. They had the tanks out there because they wanted to show, because that's a lot of the times the tanks and the guns and stuff draw kids in because that's something that they want to do. I want to go to infantry. But there's different paths that you can follow in the military. It doesn't necessarily have to be that path. The military is full of a plethora of careers that you can pursue. But I agree with number two as far as the exposure and the knowledge. And I think that's something that we need to see more of if you want to recruit these kids. Big A, you hear me? Big A. Hey, qualifications. This is another one. Qualification requirements. Joining the military often requires meeting certain physical, academic, and medical standards. Not all individuals may meet these criteria, leading them to explore other career options. Now, I agree with this one. I just did a video about 2 months ago, probably last month, about the U.S. Army Fat Camp and what it has to offer kids coming into the military nowadays. Because it didn't have everything to do with fitness, but they focused in on that area because of the health of today's generation. And I think that was big. And it also, that program also helped kids that had problem taking the acid. Not to sit back and say they were not smart. There's a lot of smart individuals out here that can't pass an aptitude test. And I was one of those kids. I could have benefited from that big time. And I'm gonna talk a lot about that in this next video because I have a part 2 of that. But before that program, a lot of kids was not being allowed in the military. They was being denied because of those factors: medical, weight, and ASVAB, the aptitude test. So I kind of agree with this one. But I think a lot of those two parts, physical and academic, is about to change. I don't know about the medical standards, but the physical and academic, that's about to change big time. Okay, my last one. Keep this video short. Parental influence. Parents play a significant role in sharpening their children's career choice. Some parents may discourage their children from joining the military due to concerns about safety, lifestyle, or personal belief. Safety, one, due to the things, I'm gonna say social media, because the things that take place in the military are pretty much the same thing that take place in the civilian sector. It's just social media just stretches things out and this labels it, and that's where it explodes. And everybody just think just because of the military is it's like such an important profession. They think these people can't be human. Like that uniform, yeah, you must be perfect if you're wearing that uniform. You can get that out your mind because you have kids joining the military. Kids. And a lot of the times, a lot of kids and adults with no direction. But anyway, the safety, the lifestyle, as far as kids going out partying, that can happen. College, lifestyle, safety, lifestyle, personal belief, all that can take place in the civilian sector. So, I agree, but I disagree with this one. I agree, but I disagree. And not to mention, a lot of these parents know a little bit too much about the mental stability of a lot of these soldiers coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq. So that is another factor. And another factor being that a lot of these parents don't trust the government that they're sitting under at this very moment. So I don't know. I can agree to disagree with this one. So, but anyway, I'm going to sit here and share a little. I'm going to say the military has done a lot for me. It was very beneficial. I left the military with some things as far as education, seeing the world different, coming out of an environment to which it was one set pace, one set tone. I only had, one thing to look forward to, and that was like survival and the culture that I was in. So coming into the military got me to see different cultures, like different varieties of people, all races, all races. It opened my mind to different personalities and how people can be, how they act, how they react to things. It gave me a sense of leadership, a little bit of direction. I had a lot of some discipline. It strengthened a lot of my character. And you get a lot of benefits with joining the military. And you don't have to join the military just to do infantry or something that has to do with war. You're always a soldier first. Don't get that right. You're always a soldier first. But they have career fields as far as cybersecurity, dental assistant, x-ray tech. You can get into these fields and come out into the civilian sector and be very profitable. It's all about what you want to do. But do your research. If you want a particular job and your recruiter is telling you that job's not open, just ask your recruiter, when does this job open up? Do I qualify? Your scores are, well, when is the next time I can take this score so I can get this job? Don't just take the first, this is what we got, and this is what we're giving you. I'll wait. This is your life, your future. A lot of good things came out of the military as far as me seeing different places and different things. I would never go against joining the military, especially if you have no direction. No direction. And with that safety thing on one of my on one of those, I felt safer in the military than in the streets. But anyway, I got a quote about to close out. MLK, injustice anywhere is like a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one affects us all indirectly. Hey, man, check the decisions you make, because your decisions just don't affect you, it affects everybody. Hey, man, who's up next for formation? Vets, let's talk. Out.